Okay, so you want to start the carnivore diet. You want to know what the rules are so that you can see what this diet is all about, what this way of living is all about. I'm Jess and I'm a carnivore coach, and I have been a strength coach and a nutrition coach for over 10 years. And I've converted my entire coaching business to carnivore because I am obsessed with the results that people can get with this way of living. I don't really like to call them rules, but here are the parameters so that you can actually see what the carnivore diet can do for you. So what you basically do is you eat animal-based foods. So that looks like beef, lamb, poultry, pork, fish, eggs. You can have organ meats if you like them. You can have organ supplements. You can have bone broth or some sort of animal-based broth or fish-based broth. And you can take collagen if you'd like. On carnivore, we ditch the plant-based foods. So it's not a ketogenic diet, it is a carnivore diet, which in essence is a keto type of diet, but we do not have any plant foods. So no seeds, nuts, vegetables, fruit, or legumes. A big thing that we do is we ditch all the processed stuff. So anything that comes in a bag, box, has a barcode, you're pretty much ditching it. No grains, no flour, no sugar. I even like no sugar substitutes like monk fruit or stevia. And you're making sure that you're just eating whole foods. Fat is essential. No more fiber, pretty moderate protein, but your best friend is going to be fat. So that means fat that comes in like a piece of meat, like a ribeye, or fat that comes in the egg yolk, or fat that comes in butter or tallow or ghee. You are going to want to fall in love with fat and recognize that fat is fuel. Fat is your new source of energy, and it is an amazing source of nutrients. You are going to want to salt your food generously. Make sure that you're drinking electrolytes that have potassium and magnesium in them, or just take those things on the side and salt your food generously. Any sort of salt is great. Not iodized salt, but any sort of sea salt is absolutely wonderful. Get your good minerals in, it's essential. Hydration is super key. Make sure you're hydrating, but also balancing your electrolytes. When you're not eating carbohydrates, you are not holding on to water. When you're not holding on to water, you are flushing electrolytes. So what you want to do is make sure that you hydrate, but you also salt the food and drink your electrolytes. One of the amazing benefits of the carnivore lifestyle is that you don't need to track. You literally do not need to do a thing about putting things into food tracking software. You can, and a lot of my clients do, just to make sure that they are on the right track, but you can eat a moderate amount of protein with a great amount of fat and eat to satiety, maybe a little bit past, and just make sure that you're eating regular meals 3 times a day, maybe even more. Give your body the fuel that it needs. This is not about under eating. And this is going to be up to the individual, but I really like people to start with 3 meals a day. You don't need to eat 6 meals a day, but some people need to give their body a little bit more fuel and a little bit more regular nutrition instead of lengthening out the eating time in between meals. So I don't recommend fasting to many people. You don't have to do it to get good results. You can. It is a toggle that you can use later on in your journey. But I do recommend 3 meals a day. And then I also recommend that if you are somebody who snacks often, right now, before carnivore, remove the snacking. Prioritize the real meal and remove the snacks so that you can actually feel what it feels like to satisfy your hunger in an eating session and not have to kind of graze throughout the day. And you give your digestion a break as well. I am 3.5, almost 4 years into carnivore, and I've had some ups and downs. I've had some learning experience. I've had lots of moments where I have not been perfect. This journey is not about perfection. Make sure that you make it more about consistency than about perfection. If you want help doing it well from the start and not kind of guessing, then come on into my coaching group May 1st. Even if you see this after May 1st, at the beginning of every month, we start a 30-day strict carnivore challenge, and I guide you through exactly how to do it. Tracking. Tracking is really important, but not what you think. You are going to track not just with the scale and maybe not even with the scale. You're going to track your measurements, but most importantly to me as a hormonal coach, I want you to track your hormones. I want you to track your mood, your sleep, your energy, your cravings, and your hunger, and see how you're feeling as you go, because those are going to be the ways that you know your body is changing metabolically, not the scale. And if you need help understanding all of that, just come into my coaching group. It's called the Carnivore Collective, and I break it all down how to listen to your body.